The next question for our noble Shaykh says, can we stand up for ta'zeem? And connected to that, what is the concept of celebration in the light of Quran and Sunnah? So, can we stand for ta'zeem?
Yes. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I will again give you the brief answer, but I would like to refer one of my books on this subject. This is again my book Kitab-ul-Tawheed, and I am quoting the second volume of my book Kitab-ul-Tawheed. The full chapter in it is page 41. Ta'zeem, the standing for ta'zeem. You have to keep in your mind that first of all, this is doing ta'zeem in general. Ta'zeem means to respect, to revere, to honor. This is an act of respect, act of honoring, act of reverence. Itself for Anbiya, for Rusul, for Awliya, for blessed places, for parents, for shuyukh. Ta'zeem in general is fard. This is compulsory, not only allowed, this is compulsory in Islam. Some people, by mistake, misunderstand the concept of ta'zeem and they mix it with concept of ibadah. So you have to clearly differentiate between worship and reverence. Ta'zeem is not ibadah. Ibadah is just for Allah, and ta'zeem is for everybody except Allah. You have to keep in your mind. Ibadah is the right, exclusive right for Allah, reserved for Allah. And ta'zeem is a right for everybody except Allah. Because the highest grade of ta'zeem, where ta'zeem converts into ibadah, that is for Almighty Allah. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'een. And right from Alhamd to Wan-Nas, you will never find a single Quranic verse where it is stated that we do ta'zeem for you, O Almighty Allah. Wherever in Quran ta'zeem is mentioned for the creations. For example, stated, وَمَنْ يُعَزِّمْ شَعَائِرَ اللَّهِ فَإِنَّهَا مِنْ تَقْوَى الْقُلُوبِ. Those who perform ta'zeem for the mountains of Safa and Marwa, they are in fact performing the taqwa of their hearts. So you are doing ta'zeem of the mountains, as-Safa and al-Marwa. Those who perform ta'zeem of sha'airullah, Allah's signs. What are the Allah's signs? Quran says, Inna as-Safa wal Marwata min sha'airillah. Safa and Marwa, these two mountains, these are sha'airullah, Allah's signs. And Quran says, وَمَنْ يُعَزِّمْ شَعَائِرَ اللَّهِ فَإِنَّهَا مِنْ تَقْوَى الْقُلُوبِ. So doing ta'zeem, performing ta'zeem for sha'airullah, the Safa and Marwa, this is Allah's taqwa. So ta'zeem is permitted even up to the extent of mountains. You can do ta'zeem of Kaaba, you have to do. You have to do ta'zeem of the whole of city of Makkah, the trees of Makkah and Medina, the street of Medina, the walls of Medina, the bricks of Medina. You can't do any act which is permissible otherwise, but that is not permissible in Haram, Makkah and Medina. That's why you say it Haram. That the halal things becomes haram in Makkah and Medina. The prey, the fight, all these things are related to ta'zeem. And there are many other, for example, lowering down your voice for Holy Prophet. This is ta'zeem. La tarfaw aswatakum fawqa sawti nabi. This is ta'zeem. So these are various forms of ta'zeem. Another form of ta'zeem which Quran mentions is to take your shoes off for some blessed and respectable or from blessed place. In Quran, when Musa a.s. was called and he went near Tur Saina, he said, Ya Musa, fakhla na'alayk innaka bil wadil muqaddasi tuwa. You have come in the holy valley where the light of Almighty Allah was illuminating. So since you are coming near to his proximity, fakhla na'alayk, take your shoes off. So this is again a form, a demonstration, a format of performing ta'zeem. In the same way, as I mentioned various forms, standing for somebody is also a form of ta'zeem. Standing for somebody. Some people say, but no, standing for someone in ta'zeem is shirk because standing is for Almighty Allah. So this is totally a nonsense to say. Why standing is for Allah? Where did he say just standing is just only for me? If you mean by the qiyam of the salat, qiyam, standing is for Allah. If the standing is for Allah, so who is sitting for? When you sit in tashahhud, whom you are sitting for? It means while qiyam you are standing for Allah, and in tashahhud at-tahiyyatu lillahi was-salawat, whom you are sitting for? Then sitting is also for Allah because the whole sum of prayer is for Allah. The whole prayer is for Allah. If you pick the portions of prayer and say the standing is for Allah, then sitting is also for Allah. So the question is then if standing is prohibited, so sitting is also prohibited. If standing is prohibited, then sitting is also prohibited. So if those who do ta'zeem while standing, if they are doing wrong, so those who don't want to stand, they want to keep sitting, they are also performing the same sin. Because the prayer consists of two conditions. Qiyam is standing and qu'ud, tashahhud is in sitting. So sitting is as well as sitting and qiyam, both are for Almighty Allah, and prostrating, these are also for Allah. So that becomes shirk only if you stand with the niyyah of ibadah. Keep in your mind. If you stand up for someone with the niyyah of ibadah, this is known as qiyam al-ibadah. That my standing of worship is for someone. If you make this niyyah intention, it is kufr. In the same way, you can do the same niyyah while sitting. I am sitting here for ibadah. Not many people, the Buddhists, go to the temples of Buddhists and Hindus, they perform their worship while sitting. They sit in front of idols and statues. They don't stand normally. They sit in front of statues and they do everything while sitting. So some people worship while sitting, some people worship while standing. So sitting or standing does not make any difference. Difference is the niyyah. Innamal amalu bin niyyat. If you sit or stand with the niyyah of worshipping, it becomes prohibited, kufr. And if you stand for anyone or sit for anyone without niyyah of worship, just for ta'zeem, I told already, ta'zeem is for the people, for your parents, for your teachers, for your shuyukh, for other people. If you stand for them or sit for them, for example, so it is always permissible. This is act of ta'zeem and not act of ibadah. And Quran says, now I told you two sittings, standing and sitting. Now come, what about lying down? When you lie down, Quran at one place mentions lie down is also for Allah. Now take away your beds from your houses. Quran says, Allazina yazkuruna Allah qiyaman wa qu'udan wa ala junubihim. Those who remember Almighty Allah while standing and sitting and lying down on your beds. So what will you say? Here all the three conditions have been reserved for Allah: standing, sitting and lie down. So what does it mean? If you lie down on your bed with your children, with your family, just on your own, is it a sin and kufr and shirk? Why does your lying down, why it does not become shirk? It is niyyah. You are lying down for rest, for sleep. So that is the sleep which differentiated your position, stature of lying down from lying down of worshipping. And if you are ill, you can't get up, stand up, you can pray lying down on your bed or not. So even lying down on bed can also be a state of praying. So what is the main decisive factor? Decisive factor is your niyyah. Innamal a'malu bin niyyat. If you have the niyyah of worship, if you are doing any act while lying down, it will also become kufr. There is no difference between standing and sitting and lying down or even walking. So the ta'zeem, standing for ta'zeem is sunnah. The last thing, standing for ta'zeem is sunnah.